Well, good afternoon and welcome. My name is Barbara Gray from Clarity here in the UK, and this is my dear friend Paul Church.
Good afternoon, everybody.
We're set to keep you company for an hour or so. This is the second of our Mini Makes Monday sessions. So last week was a great success, and I know that you enjoyed it. So this week we thought we'd shine a light on another set. But let's just let our friends find us first. And darling Grace is in the room with your good selves all the way from Brooklyn, New York. And she will be feeding through any questions.
Yep, she'll post the link up to our show page as well. So if you're unsure about anything, then just ask away because we're here to help.
So Paul, tell our friends just if we've got any new comers to the room, how to order.
Okay, so there's two different ways in which you can order. If you're watching Monday to Friday between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m, you can give the office a call on 01732 868 215, where the lovely Sue, Jazz or Pete are there to help and take your orders and your call as well. Alternatively, we have our online shop, which is claritycrafts.com, which is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. It's a shop that never closes. And if you go to our front page, you'll see a lovely little turquoise button that says Clarity TV, just like the one behind us here. And that showcases all the items in the current live show. Alternatively, if you've missed out, if you scroll a little bit further down, we've also got our catch up and craft area on the website as well, where all of our Clarity social TV shows are there for you to enjoy. Alternatively, you can go to the Clarity YouTube page where there is thousands and thousands of hours, thousands of hours to that doom scrolling. But the thing with that, it's addictive because you want to see what's coming next. It's better than doom scrolling on a phone. So
that's it. That's great. Grace, do me a favor. Could you please lock us both in
to the
so
joint
there's
one.
a joint one so that I can see too? That would be brilliant. And then that way Grace can talk to me at the same time.
Absolutely.
So
let me just bring some details up on this week's offer. So what we decided to do, the item you can see on the screen is 11924, and for me this is Clarity Gold. It really is. This is the Dippy Toe Lady and Company Sampler A4 stamp set. And what we've decided to do up until midnight on Monday, there's a £5 saving on there. And you'll get double loyalty points as well.
That's right, whether or not you're a member
at all. And if you're a club member, then you get your additional discount. So if you're a Diamond Club member, that means you get an additional 15% off, bringing it down to £21.24 for an A4 stamp set.
Well, you see, you get a large stamp set, but it's full of small art. And the whole idea is at the beginning of the year, which seems like a long time ago now, we kind of came up with the idea of keeping it small. A lot of people have lost their mojo. A lot of people are struggling to get creative. And so I know for myself, if the canvas is smaller, if I'm working on bite-sized, smaller pieces, I find it a lot less stressful.
Yeah.
And so we decided to strip it right back to small. And we started a group called the Clarity Stamp ATCs, Mini Makes and ATCs on Facebook. And we have well over 1,000 people in that group.
Absolutely mad, didn't
it? So it just goes to show that we definitely hit the spot.
Yeah.
And so what we're doing here is we're just shining a light on stamps. So you may think A4 stamp set, that's huge. But when we look at the actual artwork, you'll see that it's a very, very interesting pack of 20 beautiful small pieces of artwork, and they are all 1.5 inches square.
Nice.
So just perfect. And if we go in, let me go to this camera and let's see if we'll start at the bottom and we'll take a close look. You see here, when you look at the different images,
they're lovely, aren't
these are absolutely gorgeous. They're like little tiny bite-sized snapshots of some of our oldest, most popular artwork, aren't they?
Blustery Day,
Dippy Toe Lady, Daydreamer.
Nice. Kissing Couple.
Yeah. Kissing couple. Yeah, interesting, isn't it?
And for all different occasions as well, aren't they?
Absolutely, absolutely. So you can see here when you actually take a look at the stamp set, it is substantial.
Yeah.
And what's interesting also is you'll notice this little fella here.
Yeah.
So this blank, it's
Mhm.
not black, it's black because the indexing underneath is black. But it lends itself perfectly to adding backgrounds, colours, or
Oh, right. So it's
also
like
glazing.
oh, of course. Yeah, because I'm guessing it fits exactly those squares.
It fits exactly into this square. So if I wanted to, for example, do embossing glaze on the top of this, then I would use that with a Versamark over the top, clear embossing powder
So it
done.
creates that lovely tile effect.
Yeah, spot tiling.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so fantastic set of very traditional clarities gold kind of
Really
artwork.
is.
And have we got any samples from the team?
have.
From
There we
our
go.
art team.
From our art team. If I give those to you, you can bring those in.
Let's have a look at these. So this is the Tina Morris, delightful. If I could just hand that back to you, I'll be asking for it back in a moment. You see.
I'll
So
keep
you
it
can
here.
see here how Tina has overlaid them like so, and she's used that backdrop
So she's
stamp.
used that blank mask material to mask
Cut them
those
out.
up.
Yeah,
that's
ideal.
nice and easy.
There's another one from Tina Morris using the same dippy toe, small embossed.
Yeah,
with
the embedders on there.
embedders, that's it. This is a lovely one from Deborah Wheeler. Love what she's done, and she's using the bow wad papers in the background. So very interesting. Here's another one. I know this will be a Tina Morris again. She was getting into the layering.
Yeah.
So of course, if we just take that top tip here, if I just take these, you'll see here she will have stamped that one first, masked it, that one, masked it, that one.
Yeah.
Here, she stamped it, masked it, and then put these two on the side.
So that it pushes the top ones behind.
So whatever you want at the front, you do first.
Yeah.
And then you work from there. Yeah.
Perfect.
So very, very beautiful. This is a great one by Deborah Wheeler again. She's using the sprig.
Yeah.
Love the sprig. Didn't even realise it was there.
I know sometimes we don't really see what's on there, do we?
So there's the sprig in 4 different colours. For someone very special. Again, Tina Morris, she definitely got the memo. Deborah Wheeler, she as well, white embossed. But you can see here Tina Morris, and again Tina Morris. So Tina Morris definitely likes these stamps. Okay, and then we've got one more really nice piece of art. This is Jane Telford. If I can just ask you to just feast your eyes on this. So old is gold. I love what she's done here. You can see that she's used that special stamp here to do the background.
Yeah.
And then you'll see as you open this up, and she's used my favorite
the film strip doodle
die. So you can see how she's taken the same colors in the background all the way through to make this book. Isn't it a masterpiece?
Lovely.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Look, different colors, and then when you turn it round, so let's go all the way, right, all the way to the end.
Yeah.
You are my best friend. And then we'll turn it back the other way. And we've got them all on the back as well. Look at that. What a lovely piece of artwork, isn't it?
Beautiful.
A gorgeous present.
And that's using all of the stamps in that complete set. So they're all individually little pieces of Minimake.
Every single one of these is a card, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she's used every single one of the stamps, I think, as well. But what a nice gift. And when you see how it's constructed, yeah, using the same colours all the time.
Yeah.
Very nice indeed.
Lovely.
Isn't it lovely? It's like a never-ending book, isn't it?
Yeah, or like that star book type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. Well done, Jane.
Nice.
Made with Love by Jane Telford. Now that reminds me, I made a bit of a boo-boo this morning, got a bit carried away.
You're allowed, you're the boss.
Thank you. I said that we were going to look at the Hopi Kachinas on Friday,
yes.
but I didn't realise that we had something else scheduled in. So I'm going to move my beautiful Kachinas and my Hopi people. I'm moving them back a little bit.
Okay.
But not to be neglected, but we're going to get personal on Friday.
Ooh,
we're going to get personal on Friday at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I hope that you'll join us.
Perfect.
Because we're going to get personal. Right.
Super duper.
So shall we do it? Shall we start with the demo? Shall we just go for
let's
it?
go for it.
Because I think so. If I start something simple, the whole idea of the mini makes is to give you different application ideas.
Yeah.
So we're working our way through these samplers,
Mhm.
and last week we looked at the lino cut
Yes,
ones.
they were lovely.
So in fact, if I remind you what we did, this is what we did, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Right, so the lino cuts, if I just remind you of where we were last time,
Yeah.
just quickly, you'll remember we used the moons.
Yes.
And we used the, let's just open this up.
And all of these lino cuts were all created by yourself, weren't they?
All the,
From the original lino.
So when I'm just trying to see, did I do that? I did, didn't I? Did we do that?
I can't remember now.
I can't even remember.
You definitely stamped onto a little mini make and the little bijou card blanks.
Yeah, with these little pieces like this.
You showed us exactly how you chopped up your inky metals.
That's right. So this is exactly the same. Whatever we did with the lino cuts, we can do with these ones, and vice versa. That's what I'm trying to get to. So if you are looking to, there you go, and we did that embedding with that.
That's
So
what you created the frame.
yeah, I'm just going to keep that to one side, only because we can then tie it into the other one.
Absolutely.
Yeah? The whole idea is that what we're doing here is we're adding little skill sets, little bite-sized steps every Monday.
Yeah.
We're shining a light on new stamps, new images, new designs.
Yeah.
Even though they're old, and then we're just going to start adding different skills with the embedders, for example, and this time with the background stamp.
Yes.
That's in all of them.
Yeah.
This particular stamp here, you'll find
it's
in
like
all
an
the
essential,
sets.
isn't it?
It is. I am essential.
Yeah.
Right. So let's just take a look at this particular stamp first, and I'll just construct this. Or deconstruct it. So this is a 5x5.
Okay.
Then we've got this 4x4 inch, which we've got cut to size.
Yes.
And then I've got a 3.5 by 3.5, which I used these ones.
Yeah.
And then we've got the 4x4 already cut, ready to go. So I could take any one of these backgrounds, and I can then just add it to the back. And they're double-sided, so we've got lots and lots of different options here.
Options. Nice.
So, and they're already pre-cut.
Yeah.
So 4x4 comes as it comes.
Yeah.
And then you've got 3.5 by 3.5.
Yep. So we've got all of that on the show page, but I'll bring the details up on the screen for the 3.5 by 3.5.
Yeah.
So just bear with. There we go. Item number 31402. That gives you 200 sheets of the 3.5 by 3.5, £9.50. All these prices, you get your additional club discount as well on top of that.
So the first thing we're going to do is pick the stamp. So I'll stick to the rules, and I'm going to just use what I've got here. Having said that, I could use any one of these to do this job. So I'm going to pick my May All Your Dreams Come True.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to just add that to a mount. Right, so that's good to go.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to stamp that into the center being the operative word. So let's take our, I've got a bit of copy paper there. Got a couple of bits of copy paper actually. Let's take this and then we're going to use our black ink pad and we're going to stamp this into the center. That's the first thing.
Okay.
So let me just stamp it up. This is a brand new stamp. So what I'm going to do is just bear with me a second while I use a black archival ink pad, and I'm just going to test this. Priming, we call it sometimes.
Especially if you haven't used the stamp for a while as well. It's always good. And your ink pad as well.
Yeah, so I want to make sure that the ink pad's the right. This is quite a delicate stamp. I wanted to show you how amazing the detail is. If we can come in on there, you can see, maybe even on this particular, I want to show you the detail on the, let me see if I just hold that up to you. Just bear with me a second. There, look at the detail.
The veins
on
on those
the-
wings.
I drew that dragonfly many years ago,
Wow.
but I wanted to show you just how crisp those
the
lines
quality
are.
of the stamps. Yeah,
Well, you know, we make them ourselves in-house.
we do indeed.
They're award-winning Clarity stamps. And just because they're small doesn't mean they're not amazing.
No, absolutely.
We don't lose any of the detail, do we?
No.
So I've got my stamp. I know that it works. Now, the next thing I want to do is make sure that it sits in the middle, because if I want to, like this, you can see I've embedded that.
Yes.
So to make sure that that's embedded in the right place, I want to make sure that the stamp is in the center, because if that's off,
It
then
will
it
look,
won't
yeah,
work.
then you've
Yeah.
got to start cutting back, and
Yeah.
before you know it, you've got no 3.5.
So
there.
let's go to our embedders. These are our nested embedders. I'll pull
Nice
out
up
a
on the
little bit
screen. There
so we
go.
can see this. And what you'll see is with the embedders, we went through this last week, and I think it's okay to go through it again.
Definitely.
Right, and you can see that they're all nested, they're all different sizes. So that you've got to pick the one that fits best that you're going to use. So that one is quite a long way out, if you see what I
Yeah.
mean. So let me see. I'm thinking that I probably want to use that one. Do you see how that's tighter?
Yes.
That sits much better.
So it's not
Okay.
always about the outer part of the embedder, it's also about the inner part as well, isn't it?
That's right. So but that will help me considerably. Let me just put this to one side. That will help me to center this. So if I take that now,
Yeah.
I've decided which one I want to use.
Uh-huh.
You can see that this is the same as this one here. If I come in there, you can see how it's embedded.
Yeah.
Right, now, let's take that one. And now we're going to come back to this. And I'm going to use this to show you exactly where the center is. See, so I can see exactly. It's a lot easier to eyeball that. I make sure that this is the same distance, that's the same distance. If I'm still not sure, included in this set, there is also a
Your template.
template, sorry. Right, so I can take my template and I can pop this on here like so, and I know that that's going to sit like that. Right, so there's my 3.5 by 3.5. Can always tape it down, and then I can take this and I can see exactly now that that's going to sit over the top. You see how that sits there?
That template is an amazing way for doing something just like this.
It's easy now for
Yeah.
me to take this stamp and I can see exactly where I'm going to set it, and it's a little bit more of a challenge because it's got a tail here.
Of course.
But I can see exactly where I'm going to place it. Okay, and I know it's going to sit in there.
Yeah.
So I haven't taped it all up. That'll do. I know where it is. If you want to, you can, of course, you can tape it up.
Yeah.
You can just, a little bit of low tack tape holds it in place beautifully. This will do for me. The whole idea is to show you how you can center your work and use these nested embedders to do that. So now I'm just hovering with the handle. Hopefully my head's not in the way.
Clear.
Then I'm going to pop that in like so, and then I'll press into that center. I'm pressing onto the dragonfly. I don't have to press too hard. And then I'll lift that off, and I know that that's bang in the middle now.
Beautiful.
So that's right where it needs to be.
Yeah. So if you're interested in the embedders, because I mean, they're not just embedders as Barb's just
No,
shown.
no,
Item number for those is 31428, and they're $12.99 plus your club discount as well.
The nested embedders are ideal.
Mm.
Let me just put the lid on here, because in a minute, if I want to do the embedding, I'm going to take the inside part of this. Okay, so that's going to be the part that I'm going to use to get that edge around
The
the inside,
yeah.
the outside. Yeah,
Yes.
so it's either that or that now. That will bring it up,
Yeah.
and this will take it down.
Back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's 6 of one and a half dozen the other. If I could show you on this particular piece of artwork, you'll see that this one, maybe if we come in really close, you have to play with these to understand. This smaller one embeds.
Yeah.
The larger one, not that one, would take it the other way like that.
Yes.
Do you see what I mean?
So it creates a raised effect, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly. So let's just take this out of the way. Just bear with me a second, because the next thing I want to do is add some colour.
Okay.
Or, well, it's up to me. I'll either do the colour first and then do the embedding. I think
Mhm.
that's the best way around. I'm going to do a little bit of colour on this.
Okay.
So the first one, let's stick to the traditional way of adding colour.
Yeah.
So I've got two choices. We're going to do both of these demos. I could use this to do the colour,
Okay.
right, just
Yeah.
straight in.
Mhm.
Or I can go along, let's do this. Now, provided that it's dry, that's the only thing. You want to make sure it's dry. So just for the sake of argument, I'm going to take one that I've already done,
Yeah.
just because I want it to be dry. Yeah.
Okay.
And now I'm going to take my low tack tape.
So the
And
low tack tape is great for all these different techniques. If
Yeah,
4 rolls, ISO number 31212.
there we are. So I'm just going to make an edge around with the low tack tape. This is a real easy way to go. Okay, we'll just pop this on here like so. Right, and then what we're going to do is just... The reason it's off a bit is because I've had to compensate for the wings, you see?
Yes.
So it feels as if it's a bit out
Yeah,
of
it looks
whack.
off balance, but it's
Yeah.
not, is it? The square is a square.
Right, so now I'm going to use my spot on sponges to introduce a little bit of colour.
Yeah.
And which ink pads? Well, you got choices. You could either use dye-based inks like these ones,
Mhm.
right? Or you could use oxides. Both work.
Yeah.
There's
They're
no
both
right or
dye-based,
wrong.
aren't they?
No. Let's just use those two, only because I've got them in front of me. So I'm using mustard seed and tumbled glass.
Nice.
Now, mustard seed is a strong colour.
Okay.
You only have to look at the lid to know this is a vibrant colour. So I'm going to go with the tumbled glass in the bottom area. Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's a nice blue. And I'm just going to add a little bit of blue like this. And you can see how easy it is just to take a spot on sponge, make a bit of a a mushroom.
Well, it depends where you cover. It could be a total. And I noticed that when you're going on, you're not going directly into the artwork. You're starting off on
Start off over here.
Yeah.
And then you start pulling through.
Otherwise, you'd get big blobs, wouldn't you?
That's right. Yeah. So start over here, and then you can sweep too, but it's better to dab. Right, there you go. So I've got a lovely clouded, the longer I do this, the darker it will get.
Yeah.
Then I can turn it over and I'll use the other colour. So lid on there. Let's go for the yellow. I'm trying to emulate what I did earlier.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just showing you different options. You don't always have to use, there are so many different ways to go. The brushes, this is too small for the brushes.
Right. Okay. I was going to
Now,
ask.
the yellow is quite bright. So I'm going to get rid of plenty before I start. See, so if I get rid of some over here, then I can start bringing it through like that. And you wouldn't think that this was the same color, look.
No.
But I can add a little bit of depth if I want to. And where I go, this is basic, isn't it? But if I go over the blue with the yellow, I'm going to get a nice shade of green. So I can take another color like so, and I can start adding a little bit of depth. And it's the easiest way if you're starting out. There's no simpler way than this. And not only that, but it eliminates all stress.
Yeah.
There is no stress.
You always like to leave a light area in the middle, don't you? I noticed from all the different pieces, because it gives that illusion then of it sort of the light coming in the direction.
There we are. So you see, when you do that,
look at that.
You've got a lovely colour.
How quick and easy was that?
Really easy.
Yeah, and you've got 19 different designs that you can do that with.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. So you can make fantastic art with these simple stamps.
Yeah.
Now, if I wanted to put an embedder around that, I'm going to take that small one, right, and I'm just going to pop that in there like so. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just repeat it. It's okay to repeat it.
I think often, because how many times have you had messages from people saying, "How do I use the embedders?
I know.
How do I use the embedders?"
I know. Amazing. Right, so let's just do that like so. And then we'll take the yellower colour so you can see where the card ends and the, yeah?
Yeah.
So now I've got that. And I'm going to turn this over, and on the back now, I should be able to feel the outer edge. Now, if I'm struggling to feel it, then Paul, have we got another?
We have indeed.
What are they called? Blending pen.
Nibs.
There you go, blending nib. So I'm going to use my blending nib. See, and what that will do is it will help me. See, I can find it with my finger, but I can also find it with my. I'm sure that this can be seen, can it?
It can, yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
So you can see how I can see exactly just by pushing up there. When I turn it like that, you can see exactly where it is, can't you?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to nuzzle in with my blending pen, and it just gives me, I find this such an easy, I wish I'd thought of this a year ago. You know, I've heard, if I had £1 for every time someone said I can't
find the edge, I haven't got the feeling or my pressure in my finger.
So now I'm going to use the number 2 tool, and I'm just going to go back down that edge again and then round the corner. And you'll notice that I'm turning this paper rather than the artwork. Remember, the artwork is at the other side.
Yeah.
So I don't want to rough up the artwork. I just want to, there you go.
And also, simple. Even though you've used the low tack tape, it also keeps that in position better, doesn't it? So because potentially if you're moving it around, that could come loose as well.
Yep. So when I lift this away now, like that, gently does it. Gently does it. And then I've got my...
Look at that.
So when we bring this into this camera, you should be able to see that really nicely, how easy that is.
How elegant, and that real finishing trick, doesn't it?
Very easy. For me, the embedders are the solution to a real elegant, you know, they're an elegant solution, aren't they? So if I take that where we've just gone, and you'll see that it's exactly the same as what we had before. So here's the assembly.
Yeah.
So I've got a 5x5, like so. I've got the 4x4. Could you just bring in the papers one more time, Paul?
Yep, there we go. So we've got the lovely Rainbow River, item number 31697.
Yeah.
Then we have Amazonia 31696. And then finally the Shenandoah 31698. And there's 48 sheets in there, all double-sided.
So that sits on the 5x5. So then we've got the 4x4 centered. Then we've got the 3.5 by 3.5 centered. And all I've done is run a black Sharpie pen. Let's have a look at that as well, because again, we've always got new friends joining us.
Another Clarity classic, this one.
I'll show you something really obvious. So if I take a Sharpie pen, if I just take a Sharpie, let's just compare.com. Let's take that one. Right, this is from last week.
Yes.
Okay, it's bold, isn't it? Here's the difference.
Yeah.
This is bold and grungy.
Yeah.
This is the fans making me artwork. Bold and grungy, light and delicate.
Yes.
Bold and grungy.
Yeah.
Perga colour, light and delicate.
Of course.
So let's have a look at this. If I take my Sharpie, then I just drag in there, and you can see I'm getting quite a good, strong black line, aren't I?
Yes.
And I think that strong black Sharpie line sits really well with that bold, beautiful bird from the set
the lino cuts
last week. It was the lino cuts.
Yes.
Yeah. Now let's see. So to me, it works, but it's quite strong.
It overpowers it, doesn't
it?
Yeah.
So, and I felt that when I looked at this. Obviously, when I did this, I hadn't worked this out.
And because also you're on that lovely delicate blue background as well.
So this time, let me take my Perga colour, which we have in stock. And you can see here, we've got 30 double-ended. So I could do this in any colour as well.
You could do it in blue, in the yellow, whatever colours you've used for the background.
We've got a bullet, right? And we've also got a fine nib. These are superb, these pens.
Top quality, they really are.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in on the side like that and I'm going to drag. Look at the difference.
Yeah.
Check the difference out between that one and that one.
Wow.
This
Big
is
difference.
solvent. Can I explain? This is solvent based. So
Mhm.
because it's alcohol based, it spreads really fast.
Right.
So if I go, look, I'll show you. If I go like that, see how it starts. Look, if I
if
do
you
that,
stop, it blobs,
see how it
doesn't
starts to blob. Look.
Yeah. Because it's drawing out into the
Yeah.
porous paper.
These are not still very wet though,
Yeah.
but half as thick.
Yes.
So if I take this now and I just hold it to the edge and then drag, you'll find it a lot less invasive. Look, much, and you just do exactly the same thing, but what a difference that makes.
Yeah, because you was all holding the pen exactly the same angle.
Yeah.
So
No difference at all.
No, none.
Let's just.
Sorry, Dave.
Sorry, Dave. It's all right. Quick, get that. This is where I wipe all the grey paint away as well.
I was going to say, it'll take the paint off as well.
It's all right. Yeah, that's what you call a permanent marker.
Like dot to dot.
All right, I'll sort it out afterwards. It's okay. But you can see the difference between the one and the other, can't you? You probably see it better if I put it on a white piece of card.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. So there you go. That's ended demo number 1. These are the Poly Perga colours.
Item number 70060, £29.99. So it's £1 a pen, but if you think you're getting 2 pens on one,
Yeah.
so you've got 60 pens on there, which is
Marvellous.
really good value.
So Paul, what I'd like you to do is if
Yep.
you could have a little recap, just give me a
Absolutely.
chance to regroup.
Yep, super duper. So I'm going to bring up some full screen details so we can do that. So this week's mini make special offer is, for me, it's the Clarity Classics, the Dippy Toe Lady and Company Sampler A4 stamp set. Normally £29.99, special price £24.99 with a £5 saving. Now, you'll also get double points on that, whether you're a club member or a non-club member, and that is up until midnight Sunday of next week. If you are a club member and you belong to one of our clubs, then that brings the price down to £22.49. If you belong to 2 clubs, you get a 12.5% discount, and that brings it down to £21.87. But I know many of our friends at home who are watching are a Diamond Club member, and that brings it down to £21.24.
Good.
Are we good to go?
We are.
Okay, I'll bring those details up on the screen.
Okay, so I thought since it's called the Dippy Toe set, I thought I'll go to the Dippy Toe
Nice.
stamp. So let me just find my Dippy Toe stamp and let's take a look at this. I'm just going to put this one back. I mean, that's the thing with having a big set like this. Let's just bring this on. I've already teed up the next thing, so I'll just pop that over there. I'll bring this one in a little bit, and I'm just going to pop that in there. So the Dippy Toe is top of the. There she is.
First
that one there.
Yeah.
So we're going to use her, and what I'll do is let me just bear with me a second, because I'm going to stamp her in black straight into the center here.
Right.
Right. So just the same as we did before.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a good idea to test your stamp first.
Yeah.
So I'm just bringing that back up here. So I just want to stamp in there. I've used the same principle to center.
It really is. All of a sudden, those nested embedders, they really then have sort of another use for them, not just for creating that beautiful finished effect, but for positioning just like this.
Absolutely. So let me just stamp this let me just make sure that it's a nice silhouette stamp.
Yeah.
So we just want to make sure that it's working. Yeah, lovely.
Detail.
Okay,
again.
love it, love it. While we're doing that, let me show you where we're going so you understand. Actually, no, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll stamp this into position and then I'll show you where we're going.
Right, okay.
So that way, if you're wondering what I'm doing offset, I'm taking my stamp and I'm pressing it onto the stamp like that.
Yes.
So I'm taking my ink pad.
And you always press in the middle with your finger, don't you?
I do. Because it's not the newest ink pad.
Yeah.
But I still get a lot of mileage out of it. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing, I've got the handle over the edge of the table.
Yeah.
Right. So I just do that. And then I'm going to just ink up Make sure I've got lots of beautiful black ink. Then I'm going to hover with the handle, which is why this comes into its own beautifully now. Press that down. See, this is it's done its job.
It has, hasn't it? So yeah,
it's done
because
its
it's
job.
giving you the eye space. That it's similar to the view ruler you launched this morning.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
What a great piece of kit that is. Do I need a foam mat to use the embedders? No, you don't want a foam mat. You want a hard.
Yes.
Somebody's asked, Nikki has asked, do I need a foam mat to use the embedders? The opposite, Nikki. What you're looking for is a hard surface.
Yeah.
And the other question was, what GSM stock works best? The thinner, the easier, right?
Yeah.
When it gets to 300 GSM, so this card that we're using here is usually 250 GSM.
The
isn't it?
stencil card is 300 GSM.
It's 300 GSM.
300 GSM.
Right. There you go then. So 300, it works easily.
Yeah.
Going back, is it all? Let's have a
Are
look.
they all 300?
300 GSM. Yeah, so it's 300 GSM, works like a charm.
Yeah.
I found that sometimes if you got to 350, it gets harder because you know, clearly
trying to find the edge.
Trying to find the edge.
Yeah.
But I would say 300, 250, 200, you know, and downwards is easy.
Yeah.
So that's the way it works.
And also, I mean, you can run them through your die cutting machine like an embossing thing, but you won't get the crispness, will you?
No.
There isn't. The machine is too big a machine to exert the right sort of pressure in order to get that crisp line. You could run it through and then keep it in place and then crisp it off with the number 2 embossing tool if you wanted to.
Of course.
But yeah, try it.
So I want to show you where we're headed because they've got variations going on here.
Yeah.
Okay. So variation. Let's take a look. That now is, for example, the same as what we did before. Exactly the same. Bit of what I used was sponge.
Yeah.
Masked it off.
Yes.
Used the makeup sponge, just the same as I did there.
Right.
Right. The only difference was that I introduced a moon.
A mini moon.
Right.
Super.
So we could do that.
Yeah.
But what I'd like to show you, and then you see, then we've got the envelopes. It's a 4x4, right? So we could also do a little trick up the side of the envelope.
Nice, isn't
so
it?
This is rather nice, right? So that goes in there nicely.
So if you're doing little notelets to sell, that envelope is a nice finishing touch, isn't it?
What I would say though, right, with the envelope, is if you've got lines here, it's like the princess and the pea. You do need to get a piece of card that's the exact same size. I've got a bit of brown card.
Yes, I know what you mean.
That I slide in there.
Yes.
And it makes the top
completely
smooth. And then all I've done is I've taken a piece of masking tape.
Yeah.
I've taken a brush. I've dusted a little bit. I put the moon in place before I did that though, so it stayed white. Do you see?
That's
so you do a bit of that, and then, or you could stamp that in place first. Put the stamp in place, right? Decide where the stamp's going to go, like that.
Yeah.
Talking this through, stamp that into place, half of it. In fact, I've used her, haven't I? So that she's. So what we're doing now, right? For the sake of argument, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how you stamp this into place. Yeah?
Okay.
Because otherwise you're going to wonder, how come she's over there?
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah? So what we're going to do now is pretend she's up here. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're going to just take that like so. We're going to mask off that area. This is before you put the colour in, let's say. Yeah? Yeah.
Do you need a piece of card to go into?
No, do you know what I can do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Yeah. Just hold this thought. Let's pretend that's the front of the envelope.
Yeah.
Let's just pretend that's the front of the envelope, okay?
Okay.
Because it just makes it easier. Then I'm going to make sure, look, I'll show you. Right, I'm thinking this through now. This is process. So then I'll stamp that on there like that.
Yeah.
Right. Now I know if that's going to be the front of my picture, right, that's the edge of my picture now.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to decide how much of my picture do I want to.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So now I'm going to go like that. That's the front of my envelope here.
Yeah.
So now I've done that. Now I'm going to take my moon. I'll think it's important to do just to show this off.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah, because I've got it's the other half of the image, isn't it?
Yeah. So now I'm going to take this little fella, and then I'm going to pop that there, like so. Right. Remember, this is the front of my envelope.
Yeah.
Right. So I've done that. Now I'm going to take my black again. Make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm going
to. Does now that you've.
Yeah,
shown,
I think that's why. As I was showing this, I thought this needs to be explained.
I didn't even register that it was the left half of the.
Yeah, it's the left half of the picture, isn't it?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to pop that there, like so. Now, rethink. If I do that, I'm going to. Wrong. Because then I'm going to have a moon in the middle of her head.
Oh, because before you apply the colour.
Yeah, exactly. So now I'm going to pop that in there like so that she's in the right place. Got it?
Yeah.
Like that. Okay.
Makes sense now.
Yeah, I know. You have to do it to kind of work it out.
Yeah.
So now that's like that. Now I can live. See, that's where she is now.
Yes.
I can pop that line in afterwards.
Yeah.
Once I've done that, then I pop the moon in like so.
Yeah.
Now I put the colour in.
When your ink's dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once the ink's dry, then I dust with colour, and then I've got that.
Ah.
So just to repeat, right? You decide how much of the stamp you want to expose.
Yeah.
You mask off. You stamp in. You put your moon in. Wait for it to dry. And if you only wanted to put colour in this area, then you know you're going to take your low-tack tape and just mask off that bit and that bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could do that with a number of the stamps on this collection. The lovely willow lady, the girl and the boy in the tree.
So once we've done that, I mean, I digress here, but I just wanted to explain. Let me just put the lid on that while I'm waffling. So what we've got now is we've got our thing in the middle, right? And we've done our what?
Come over to me a little bit.
Right. So I've got my embedder, I've got my colour, just as I did with this one.
Yes.
Yeah. But this time, let's take a look at how different it looks if I use a different sort of ink pen. Now, I don't know if you can see this. This one's dry using dye-based inks. That's as far as I can come in.
Number 4. I think 4 might have been set up.
Okay, let's take a look now. So you can see this is dry.
Yeah.
Using the dye-based inks, just the standard. This time it's more cloudy. Do you see? It's more misty.
Yes.
So let's take a look at that one. And what I'm going to do though is I'm going to make sure that I've got one that's dry.
Yeah.
To do this, and I'm going to use. Can we pan out a little bit, Paul? This time I'm going to use this particular stamp.
Oh, the solid one.
Yeah, just to show you how that works.
Yeah.
So I'll pop that on there like so, and it will fit. It's square, so it's going to fit either way. Yeah. Okay, let's do this a little bit differently this time. What I do need to do is put the moon in. Let's pop the moon in. I'm just going to take it off that other piece.
So if you're interested in our mini moons, we've got a lovely collection of Scenescape masks. The item number for those are 30150. Everything's in the show page, which Grace has probably put the link up several times. So you can find everything in there.
So what we're going to do now is just show you a different option. So in this one, we did the same thing with the low-tack tape, and then we added with the sponges.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. This time we're going to use this stamp.
Okay.
And see how that goes. So I'm going to put a bit of the blue like that. There you go, faded jeans. That'll do.
Nice.
And then on the top, I'm going to use saltwater taffy. I could use a blue, but I'm going to use a.
I suppose it depends on the mood, doesn't it?
Yeah.
On the colours.
Just a different. I like the saltwater taffy's got quite a nice colour. So now I'm going to use my. Let's use my
spot on
sponge, and I think I'll use the blue area. Right, I just want to smooth it out a little bit. There you go, a little bit of that, and then on the other end, I'm going to use a little bit of that just to spread that out a bit. Let's see if we get anywhere with this, shall we?
The sponges definitely make a difference, don't they? When, especially with really wet ink pads.
Smooths it out quite nicely, doesn't it? So the thing about this trick is how much water. If you hose it down, it will bleed all over the place.
Yeah.
Right. So what we'll do is we'll go easy. It's time to nearly fill this up,
Fill
Paul,
this
but I
one
don't
up.
know how it works.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll work that one out.
Okay. So first of all, let's have a look. I'm playing for time now. So we've got a little bit of blue on there.
Yeah.
Not much. I might put should we put a little tiny bit more on just because? See what happens if we do that.
Right.
Yeah. Just on that edge. Let's see if we get a bit more. Look. A little bit more. Just take it all off
A little
again.
bit more.
That's it. A little bit more. Let's see what happens if we do that. Okay. Right. Stop fanning about. Right. You ready? Okay. Bit of ink. Bit of water.
Careful, we've
Bit
got
of
the fan on
water.
it. It's going to blow it all back. It'd be
Right.
quite nice.
Arm's length is always good. Okay. Right. Let's get it going. See, I don't like this because it carries on
Giving.
spraying.
That's your excuse. Do it again.
I nearly took you out then. Okay, that'll do. Okay. Wafting.
Yeah,
Look at these.
I know.
Uh-oh. Right, let's see if this works. If it doesn't, here's one I did earlier. I feel like I want to put a bit
I
more.
think a little bit of. I can see because you introduced that extra little line. The the fan's just blowing it back.
Oh well. Okay, in for a. I just feel like I want to go more. So hot in here.
It's really.
I think I might have overcooked it now.
We're overcooked. I don't know about that.
Right, you ready? Let's have a look.
It's a piece of card.
Right, let's have a go. Let's go in tight so we can see what we're up to. Right, and then we're going to hover with the handle until we can. Is my head in the way?
No, you're all clear.
Right, so I can see through the ink. I've got my little moon. Right, there you go. Let's see what happens. I want it to be kind of mottled.
Yes.
I don't want it to look like there's a torrent in the background. Let's have a look, shall we?
Or blustery day.
Okay, let's take that off. Oh, isn't that lovely?
Nice. Shall I come in super close?
Go on then.
There we go. It'll just focus. Look at that.
That's nice, isn't it?
That's beautiful. It's really, I love, I mean, I don't think it was too much by the water on there, but you can really see it sort of added like texture to it.
It has, hasn't it? It's that mottled effect,
Yeah.
cloudy. And I like the line, you know, it's given it a bit of a line, which gives it a bit of a depth, like mountains or
Yeah.
something in the background.
You sort of
Anyway.
created the instant hills, haven't you,
Yeah.
in the background?
So let's see. I tell you what I do want to do. I've just cleaned that a stamp. Let me just see. I've just got to check to see if this works. Yeah. Oh, look, it's going. Oh, no, I don't want to do that.
We'll get
It's
the
all
grey
right.
paint out.
We need a new counter.
Dave, I hope you're not listening.
Okay, so let's have a look. Let's go back in here. And what we're going to do now is just lift the moon. Just lift that moon off with your nail.
Did you see the moon on Saturday evening?
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful,
eh?
wasn't it?
There you go. Just a little bit. You can see it in the background. There. Isn't that nice?
Nice.
So you can see now what the purpose. I've replaced my little moon on there.
Yeah.
Just pan out a little bit. But you can see how that is a different look to that.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
suppose anyway, where you've used the sponge, you direct onto the card, you've got a little bit more control, haven't you?
Exactly.
Whereas when you're using that solid, especially when you're introducing water to it as well, that can sort of become the unpredictable, because if you put too much water on, not enough water.
Exactly.
So
once you get into this adding water,
Yeah.
it's like playful, right?
and all those different designs that you can do all of this on.
Well, you can also not only use that stamp to introduce colour over the top of like black line art,
Yeah.
you can also use some of the stamps. So, for example, if we go, let's have it. Can I borrow that?
Yeah, of course you can.
Let me show you what I mean. if I go to this particular set,
Yeah.
so let me find this boy. I'm just going to replace
Okay.
the willow lady, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Oh, because it's like the positive and the negative, isn't it?
Got two different ones here. We've got him where he's the background,
Yeah.
right? And then we've got one where they're not overlays, they're in reverse.
It's in
They look at
reverse.
each other.
Yeah.
But let's take where's the one that let's take the solid one in the same vein
Yeah.
as what we've just been doing.
Okay.
I'm going to use this one to show you that you can actually use that as I think this is interesting,
Yeah.
isn't it? So that this time, where are those? Let's take that color. Let's pick a different couple of colors just because I can. If I use, I've got a bit of brown and I've got a bit of, what else have I got here? Just bear with me a second. I've got the blue. That's the one. That's the one I'm after. Right. So I'm going to use a bit of blue, a bit of green. That'll do. Something a bit different.
Earthy tones.
Earthy tones. Right. Makeup sponge. Spot on sponge. Let's go again. So this time I'm going to use, let's put some blue down there, only because it's the water. He's fishing, isn't he?
Yeah.
So let's add a bit of blue down there. Oh, and let's add a bit of, let's add a bit of green to the top,
Okay.
like that. Okay, that's quite a lot of green. That's all right. And then I'm going to add a bit of blue to the green, because that
Right.
changes it, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Right, so we'll change it a bit. So we've got a bit of blue, we've got a little bit of green in there, we've got a lot of blue down the front here. And then I've got a gap there. Oh, let's put a bit of brown in, only because I can. Right, so a bit of brown, that'll do. So we've got a little bit of brown in there, a little bit of blue there. It's just an experiment, you know.
So it's like a mixing palette, isn't it?
It is.
The stamp.
But you're using, see, I like that green, that bundled sage. It's a good colour. Let's just go like that. Right, that'll do. Okay, so let's say, for example, we just want to try this out. This is just hours of play, Paul.
Yeah.
Right. And again, we're going to take if we're preparing this for a piece of artwork, then why wouldn't we just do that? And then we know that it's going to be the right, let's at least get it in the middle.
Yeah.
So that we know it's going to work. Right. Because it might work, it might not work. But I think it may.
Spritz in. Should I turn the fan off while you do that? Because all it's doing is blowing it back, and I'll put it back on again.
That's quite refreshing, I thought.
Oh, okay.
No, it's all right. I'm joking. Right. Way. Wafting, wafting. This would be quite dark, this one. Hey, you get exercise at the same time. I think I need. Oh, this is where it's. You don't want it to be too wet, but you don't want it to be too dry.
Oh,
because if
nice.
it's too dry, if it's too dry, then it might stick to the card. Okay, right. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. So I'm gonna just. And you know what? The best part of this is, it's a tiny little piece of art. It's a tiny little bit of card.
3.5 by 3.5, exactly.
You know what? It's learning, it's fun. If it works and it looks good, well, happy days.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then it's a learning curve, isn't it?
There's another side to the piece of card.
If you really want to, let's have a look what we've got. So should we come in tight?
Go on then.
Yeah,
Do you wanna
drum roll.
Okay.
Okay, let's have a look. I love it.
Nice.
There you go. Look.
That. Can
See?
I come in super close now?
Yeah. See?
Look at
There.
that. Wow.
So now you've got the pond, and this is the thing. I managed to maintain the fishing rod in the negative.
Yeah.
Do you see?
With that, because there's not too much water in there.
So that's pretty cool,
Wow.
isn't it?
That looks like watercolor.
Yeah, I know. And that's just using, I'm going to hang on to these colours, the stamp now in the same way as we use that solid.
Yeah, the one at the
piece.
bottom to infill the space.
Yeah. So when you start looking at some of the stamps, when you get more solid stamps like that, then you can start to actually use them as a canvas,
Yeah.
which I like.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so that's that one. And now the next one, right? Okay, I'm going to me. This is my go-to box.
And what did you find in there the other day when we were looking for
There
it?
they are. There they are. Well, I find I'm always looking. This is look. I've got this is probably the most important stamp in my stash. Look, it's even got little stags on it. That one.
This is brilliant. This is the little Bijou Square full surface stamp. Let me bring the details up on that. I mean, it's a crazy little price of £7.49. As a Diamond Club member, it's £6.37.
And it's always in my go-to box with all its mates.
Yeah, with the mini moon mask. He was looking for those the other day.
Yeah.
And they were in there.
So the thing is, right, there's a double. It's a double.
Yeah.
But I want to show you.
Two separate stamps, isn't it?
So yeah, it's two separate stamps, but it's like you're doing the same thing as we just did in that.
Yeah.
Right, but this time, look, that's, for example, without the. Do you see? You get.
Yeah.
So what you do is you have playtime. It's coming a bit closer. So you have playtime. That could be the bottom. That could be the side. Different colours. Right, 3.5 by 3.5. I love that one. Look at that. That one's got like a. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you've got these ones.
That's more water, isn't it?
Definitely got more water.
Focus.
Look, see, bit grittier, bright. 3.5 still fits.
Yeah.
Just saying, right? Look, these are gorgeous.
Really nice.
So let's say, for example, I love that one. Right, okay. Look, you just got to, oh, I think I just found them. Look at these moody celestial skies. They're all brilliant, aren't they?
And you've also got a top tip, haven't you? When you get carried away with your spritzing.
And it gets all gutter, it catches in the gutter.
Yeah, so you've got a tip for that, haven't you?
You take the blending nib.
Yeah.
And you just run it round the gutter. You take a new blending nib, not the old one.
Yeah,
that
because
you
it'll go straight in.
Right, and then you just
it up,
suck it out of the gutter.
Yeah.
And then that way you'll get a real sharp white edge like that.
Nice.
So I've got all these different options.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to show you. Let's just do it.
Okay.
Because now we're kind of, this is really cool.
Yeah.
But I think you want to see how this works, don't you? Yeah?
Yeah.
So as far as colours go, we can pick any colour we fancy. I would love to use are we going to use a larger piece? Or I could even, it will, it's a bit tight.
Bit tight.
I'd rather go with a larger piece of card.
This is our 6 by 4.5 inch.
Yeah. See, even if I turn it round and stamp that on there.
You'd get two on there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, precisely. So that's useful.
Item number 31720 for that.
Right. And I'm going to pop this one back. So I've used that trick on the stamp now.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to use that trick on my, you know, the other thing is I just saw this that I wanted to show you. Look, see, when you complete them, you can make that go that way
as well, isn't it?
So it doesn't have to always be. Look, it's really cool.
The bottom or at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Found all them in my
in your
go-to box. Right. So now let's have a look. I want to just think about the background. I'm gonna put some blue there, and I'm gonna stamp across the whole thing. You see?
Okay.
So let's have a look. I've got a bit of blue going on there. I've got loads of different colours to use here. Let's see. I'm going to put a little bit of orange in there, a bit bright, but whatever, that'll do. So I'm using the blue orange. That's quite nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to use, I'm sticking to the Distress Oxides.
Yeah.
Because you understand.
Yes.
Right. They give a lovely effect when you add water. You get that lovely mottled effect, and you wouldn't get that lovely mottled effect if you use just the normal distressing.
Because they've got like an oily content to them, haven't they?
Exactly. So I'm just going to add a little bit of brown here and there, only cause I don't know why. Vintage.
Because it was in front of you.
Because it was in front of me, right? So to tone down that orange, actually, that's what I was thinking. That's it. So we've got lovely colours.
Yeah.
And I think the trick with this whole thing
Hmm.
is just to get a pack of cards and a pack of ink pads and then just start making
Just play.
so that you have a stash like that
And
I
then
can use.
remember what colours you used. If you like the colour
Write
combination,
them on the back.
yeah, take a picture of it and then make a note. You're always doing that.
I'm always
when you're prepping.
doing that.
Take a picture, stages, and then you make a note of the colours.
I do.
And then 6 months down the road, I
wish I'd remembered what colour.
Yeah.
So I'm just adding a little bit more blue round here, just because I can.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm thinking maybe a little bit of yellow.
Yeah.
Only because I can. Right. Let's see what happens. I want to go a little bit of orange. Just 'cause. Let's see what happens. Could be rubbish, but it might be brilliant. And I've got the colours in front of me, so I know which colours I use.
Yes.
Now, if I want to use a moon, it's there. I put the moon.
Yeah.
All right, but I won't bother. I'm just gonna do this now.
Okay.
Oh no, not again.
Not again. Let's turn this off.
I know. Is this getting boring yet? It's fun. Right. Okay. Here we go. Oh, what do I think? Oh, that was a bit savage. I reckon that'll work. See, there's a fine line between not enough and too much. And that goes for a lot of things in life. Steady. I was talking about chocolate.
Oh, chocolate. I don't know what you mean.
Right. Okay. Let's see what happens.
We're getting into trouble with your daughter.
Oh, are
We're
we?
getting tut-tut.
Right. Here we go. Okay. So we'll just pop this on here and see what happens. And if it didn't work, that's okay, because I've got plenty more. Right. The whole idea, the game, I love the play, you see, is to keep the white drop the gutter.
Yes.
Let's see where we ended up with all these colours, shall we? Right. See? Oh, let me just peel that off. This is where you go borderline, not enough water.
Yeah.
Do you see? Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, look at that.
Where's the blue in there, though? That's just,
wow.
But that, right, was just on the edge of it could have caught.
Yes. Is that because here there wasn't maybe
enough water? That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Or not enough ink, one or the other.
Yeah.
Right, but that's perfect.
Okay.
Okay. So you can see that obviously had more water. It's
soft focus,
softer,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's take this one because it's dry. That one
Yeah.
needs to dry. That's going in my stash though. I love it.
In your go-to box.
In my go-to box. Now I'm going to take the other stamp. So this time I'm taking Where the Boy is Black.
Yeah. So this is your little Gone Fishing.
Now where did we put the other one? Here he is. This was that one.
Yeah.
The opposite. This time we're going the other way around, right? So while I'm stamping this up, let's have a look at the stickers. Can we get the stickers?
We can indeed. Oh, we have a lovely selection of stickers. So I'll bring some details up on the screen while Barb's doing that on the overhead.
Right. Yeah, go
on. Which ones are you going for?
I was going to go for the shack ones, the feel-good ones.
The feel-good.
I tell you what I'm looking for, Paul.
Yes.
Is a low-tack tape.
Low-tack
I must
tape.
have had it. Thank you. You took
Keep
it, didn't you?
pushing all over.
Right. I tell you why, because this is a bit curly.
Yeah.
If I'm going to stamp onto it, do you remember we said this?
You don't want the card to meet the stamp before
I get there.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to just pop this in like so. See, so that holds it in place while I'm working.
Nice.
Well, actually, that's a bit idiotic, Gray, because now it's just curling the paper up. Right, we'll take that off. Pop that on there like that.
Okay.
Now it's flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's just put it in the right place, Gray, so that everyone at home can see it too. What's the time? Is it only Monday?
Yeah.
Right. So that's that.
Okie doke.
Now, let's check. I want to make sure that this works. So let's just stick it on there as well. See what happens if I stick it on a wet.
Okay.
Yeah, just in for a penny, Paul.
Yeah, might as well. It's only a piece of card, isn't it?
That's exactly what I think. So this one might even be better. So we'll stamp that in there. That's the new one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Nice.
That'll do me. There, look. Nice.
Yeah.
Isn't that lovely?
Would I be right in thinking, because that ink is still, the card is still moist,
Yeah.
it's come through the black a little bit? Could that possibly?
Maybe. You got better eyes than me, Paul. Right, so I'm just going to hover with the handle. This is one of the things about our Clarity mounts. They really do the job. I tell you what I do know is that this will lift much better. There you go. And yes,
Yeah.
to what you just said.
Yeah, because you can sort of see the difference. So if you want that sort of like mottled effect where
Yeah.
the background color comes through,
Yeah.
then
just
stamp onto
it while it's damp.
Yeah.
But this looks nice. And then in this area here, I wanted to go with the stickers.
Some feel good factor stickers.
So we've got some really great stickers. I love these.
I'll bring up the 4 different ones on the screen one
Yeah.
at a time.
Good
so
idea.
we've got Barb's sticker word collection 30849. Then we have the Feel Good Factor Words sticker collection 31048. Then we have the Kiss Words sticker collection by Barbara Gray, item number 31323. And then finally, in that same style, we then have Leonie's Words sticker collection, item number 30834. So let's go back to the Feel Good Factor.
Right, so what I'm doing is I'm just trimming the end a bit so it fits better, right? Precious friend of mine. Right, that fits nicely now. See, so I remembered to see, we are getting better. I am evolving. I remembered me tweezers this time. There, doesn't that sit in there nicely?
That's lovely. And because you've used the black one, it ties in with the black stamped image.
Exactly. So then you see how nice that looks, can't you?
Yeah.
Here's one I did earlier, which looks so pretty.
And you just trimmed it back.
Yeah, and I picked one deliberately where I'd flooded, look, way too much.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's the background.
It still works,
it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
So if you do end up using too much, right, it really makes no difference whatsoever. Doesn't that look lovely on the?
That's nice. So that's from those 4x4s.
That's from the 4x4s. You just trim it to any size you want it. But so that's it really. You see, these are the same designs, but one is in positive and one is in negative.
Yeah.
So where it would be black, it's coloured because we've used the backdrop.
Yeah.
And here I've just used the silhouette because as it comes.
Nice.
So when we look at the stamps, you can see this is the one that I've used it as an ink palette.
Yeah.
And then this is the one where I've used it
as a
over the top
stamp.
of the backdrop. So there we go.
Nice.
All done.
Wow. Super duper.
All done. That'll do.
That'll do, Donkey.
Yeah, I think. I think
well, there's so
that's
much.
everything that I wanted to show.
Did.
There you go. Stamp and stickers.
Super duper. Wow. Thank you very much. So you can always go back and watch on our Catch Up and Craft area on the website. Everything that Barb's featured in this and more, because a lot of the products from the Mini Make Mondays are going to be used again and again, like the Bijou card blanks, the stickers, the embedders, the nested squares,
That's right.
The basic ones. So once you've got them, the only thing that will change each month will be, or each week will be, the different technique and a different A4 sample set. So until midnight on Sunday, you've got a £5 saving, and
on this one.
And you've got double points as well. If you purchased last week's one, the double points have already been allocated to your account already.
Excellent.
Super
Excellent. Well, I
duper.
hope you're enjoying these little tricks and tips. I'm just trying to pack as many as I can in. And I think today the main thrust of the job was the distress oxides and water, and how you can use them with the backdrop stamps. And again, as we learned last week, how you can use those nested embedders for easy layout. Really ideal.
Brilliant.
So there you go. Thank you so much for joining us. Gracie, thanks also for being our
Moderator.
referee. Thanks again. Bye-bye now.
I'll
Thanks,
see you
Paul.
at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Take care now.